Yeah. 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 I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. You must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. But he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery, so there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of St. Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance. Good luck to you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll have a beer. God be with you.
I'll have a beer.
The swordsmith from the town said he was after the pieces of a sword from some Queen of Sheba. A pilgrim was selling them a while back.
I know he's after those, but he's out of luck. He should have bought it while he had the chance. I still have mine on me. It brings me good fortune, and I shan't sell it.
Not even...
Not even for a king's ransom.
What's your plan?
Otter's busy making a very pretty suit of armour for the bailiff. So I was thinking, if we could show that pretty armour of his is absolutely useless, he'd be disgraced.
And how am I supposed to see to that?
Well, I'd reckon we'd arrange a duel of champions with bludgeons. You'll put on Vitus's armour, and Otter will send his champion in that tin shit of his. You invite the bailiff to watch, and Otter will be made a laughingstock in front of everyone.
And what do I get out of it?
Vitus will let you have the cuirass from his suit of armour, and I'll throw in a few groschen on top.
Sounds good.
And I'm sure a fella like you would be glad to be on good terms with the best armourer for miles around, eh?
That remains to be seen. Agreed. I'll get to work on it.
Wonderful. Go to Otto first and talk him into it. Then go to the bailiff so he can announce it and get spectators. The more people see it, the better. We'll bring their armor to you at the combat arena.
I'd like to make you an offer. Have you heard about Pribyslavitz?
Don't bother me now, young fella. I've got that sneaky fucker Otto to... Good luck, then.
Look what you're...
I'm glad to see you. Take care.
Can we do something?
Well,
Here.
my word. Good luck then.
I'd like to just... Here you are.
Well now.
from the yard or from the wood, lean and fatty pork, chicken and beef. We have it all. Come and see.
Yeah.
Our Lord.
Damn it, I wish I was able to swim.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey.
I hope I... Good luck then.
Is there somewhere I...
Certainly. For how long?
How about if I pay...
Sure. But let's see your coin.
Here you go.
You'll like it here. See you later.
Here, just as you ordered.
Good day, Henry. Goodbye.
Henry!
I'm glad to see you.
Matthew! Fritz! You're alive!
Of course we're alive.
You can't get rid of us that easily.
I'm almost surprised how happy I am to see the pair of you are all right.
We are now, but we barely made it.
Yeah, it was hard. Fritz ran like a little girl.
Really?
Bollocks! Bloody joker.
Tell us what happened to you.
They gave me a pretty good thrashing as well. It was only in Rat-Eye that I got back in my right mind.
And I see you're not doing too badly for yourself. What are you up to?
Right now, I'm a squire for Sir Radzig.
I see you've worked your way up.
Nah. And how are you two getting by?
It's shit.
You said it. We're still chopped off to bits. Owe the monastery a bundle. And there's no work here.
Not for anyone with more than half a brain, anyway.
No one's interested in two good carpenters in Sasau.
No one.
And we looked everywhere.
Hey, you wouldn't happen to know of anything?
It will really help us out right now.
I'll find you something. You can rely on me.
Thanks, Henry.
We'll pay off the debt. Don't you worry.
Hey, I've got this thing going in Pribyslavitz, and there's plenty of problems, and,
Sorry, Henry, old pal, but I'm up to my ears on my own problems. Maybe another time.
And where would they hire you to?
Well, we were carpenters in the mines, so wherever they were, forget about construction. After Skalitz, no one will be building for a long time. Just here in Sasau, and they don't want us here. The best chance we have is to work at a mill. People always... Ideally, we're looking for a job that pays a lot and doesn't require much work.
What other neighbours of ours made it?
Your hunker's in the monastery. That girl really helped us out. That's about all we know. When we ran for it, we helped Teresa. But who knows where she is now? We got separated.
I was the one who helped her get out of Skalitz. She lives with her uncle in a mill in Rat-Eye.
I'm glad she survived. Since you know her so well, why not try asking her if she knows about any work? Take care.
Lean, fatty, marbled, meats of all kinds.
I hope I can be of some humble service to you.
Master Armourer, I have a message for you from blacksmith Zach.
If it's another one of his so-called generous offers, you can go straight back and tell him I'm not selling, and that's that.
No, this is another matter. Vitus wants to challenge you to a duel.
What? Me fight with that brat? Zach must have lost his mind entirely.
That's not how it will be. The real duel will be between your pieces of handiwork.
How's that?
It will be a duel with bludgeons. No bloodshed. At most, a few bruises and some dents in the armour. Zach chose me to wear Vitus armour.
And so I'm to choose a champion of my own? That sounds reasonable.
Good. So let's agree on the time and place.
Hold your horses, young fella. I've got a counter offer for you. Now, I'm sure Zach is paying you well.
Maybe I'm just doing it out of love for my neighbour.
Aye, a regular good Samaritan, no doubt. I could pay you more. and I'd tailor-make a cuirass just for you. What do you say?
You mean if I fight as your champion instead? I'm not sure how Zack would take it.
No, you fight on Zack's side and lose.
That's not very honourable.
And Zack's constant slander and mudslinging are the height of honour, are they?
Lean, fatty, marbles, meats of all kinds. Salami, sausages, meat of all shapes, sizes and flavours.
But what if Zack's right? You're not as young as you used to be, and Vitus has trained with renowned masters.
What? You're as impertinent as that bastard Zack and his whelp of a son. How dare you? I don't need help from the likes of you. You'll get such a battering even Brother Nicodemus from the monastery won't know which side of you is up. Now clear off.
Not until you tell me where and when we should meet.
I don't know. Sort it out with the bailiff. He should come anyway, so I don't get the blame when you get beaten to a pulp. Good luck, then.
Look out! My humble greet.
Take care. Let's have a word. Here.
Oh no!
Our lord's tasty, good on bread and for frying.
I'm glad.
Come and get it, fine people, and pork crackling too.
Does it really not bother you that your men also go to the quarry to fight?
Why should it bother me? You call it fighting, I call it training. Once they start smashing heads with sticks or stabbing each other in the back, then I'll intervene. But until then...
And you don't mind that they wager on it?
Seems to me that's less of a sin than wagering on dice. I've nothing against one of those fellows earning some extra money if he's good.
So you don't plan on doing anything?
What concern is it of yours? If they start brawling all over town and attacking people, then there'll be cause to take them in. But for now...
I'm here on behalf of blacksmith Zack.
Zack? What is that? Don't tell me. It's another complaint about the master armourer. Well, you can tell Zack if you waste another minute of my time with that pathetic feud of his, I'll have him up for disrespecting the office of the bailiff.
No, it's not a complaint this time. In fact, Zack came up with an idea to settle the dispute once and for all.
Is that so? Well, that's a different kettle of fish. That's just what I was after. You have my full attention, friend. What's his plan?
A duel.
Jesus Christ! Has he lost his wits entirely?
Now, don't worry, Goodman Bailiff. No one will get killed. It will only be a duel with bludgeons. Zack chose me as his champion. I'll be wearing a suit of armour made by his son, Vitus, and I'll fight Otter's champion. Whoever falls first, loses.
That sounds like a fine spectacle for the village green. Naturally, I'll have to be present to ensure nothing untoward happens.
Your presence is certainly expected, Bailiff. We'd like you to referee the whole duel.
Very well. We'll have it on the marketplace in the front of the church. But when?
That's up to you.
We can announce it right now.
Let's do it.
I'll have it announced around town. You come along at just the right time. It'll be a fine show for the townsfolk, and I'll finally get that pair and their constant squabbling off my back. Take care.
Good citizens of Sasau, our township has long been plagued by a protracted dispute. As you are no doubt aware, Zach, the blacksmith of the monastery courtyard, and Master Armourer Otto Rabstein have been, for some time, at odds.
Ha ha! Added hammer and tongs, more like!
And in so much as it behoves my office as bailiff to settle such disputes and maintain peace and order, I have decided to resolve the blacksmith's quarrel by unconventional means, whilst affording an entertaining spectacle. In short, we shall let them knock each other's teeth out. However, since it ill befits two respectable tradesmen to maul each other on the market square like a pair of cocks on a dung heap, each of them has elected a champion. Zach, the blacksmith, has appointed to fight in his stead Henry of Scarlets. And Master Otto Rabstein's champion will be... Please, introduce yourself, Sir Knight.
Master Otter will fight for Master Otter. I don't need some young pup to take my place.
I remind you that this will be a duel with bludgeons alone, and until first blood is shed. Come, folks, be sensible for heaven's sake. We don't want any maiming here, or, God forbid, murder. So, if both contestants are ready, let us begin.
Fucker! I'll slay you, you scum! Bohayevo! Hey!
You kicked that old bastard's arse, Henry. His ears will be ringing for a month. Now everyone will see who knows how to make armour and who's all hot air.
You shouldn't speak so disrespectfully about Master Otter. He fought bravely.
No need to get worked up about it. You've got to savour the victory, haven't you? Anyway, come by the forge later for your reward.
All right?
Good day. Take care. Good luck then.
The swordsman.
I know he's after those.
Not even.
Goodbye.
Our Lord's tasty. Good on bread and for frying. Come and get it, fine people. And pork crackling too. A joy to taste.
I'm honoured that.
Cabbage.
Goodbye.
Cabbage. Green cabbage.
Look what I've got.
Meat, mutton, veal, beef and chicken.
Look what I've got for you.
Meat, cured and fresh. From the woods or from the pen. It all tastes delicious. Salami, sausages, lard of all kinds and scratches to make your mouth water more than the finest cake. Meat, mutton, veal, beef and chicken.
Garlic, onions, mushrooms and asparagus. Come right up. No need to be shy.
Good men, good wives, come have a look. Don't be shy. You'll never see such fine meat.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Gutenberg is far, far away. Gutenberg is far, United States.
God be with you. Goodbye.
I'd like to do
Well,
this and
thanks.
Yeah.
Good day, Henry. Take care.
Satisfied?
Yeah.
What? No, go away. Hail, Henry.
I've got some...
All right. Don't you feel...
Matthew and Fritz send their regards.
They survived. My God, I'm glad. They helped me out a lot. And where did you see them?
In Sasau. I bumped into them in front of the tavern. Where else?
And how are they doing?
They're doing fine. The monks brought them back to health. But they don't have work, and they're in debt. You wouldn't happen to know of any jobs going for two lazy carpenters?
Not here. And I think it will be the same in all of Ratai. It's overcrowded with refugees and they're all looking for work.
That's bad. Those two need work badly. To keep them out of mischief. You know what they're like.
I do indeed. Try the mills in the smaller hamlets. The miller in Ledechko is old. Maybe he could use some strong hands.
I will. Thanks. Wouldn't you like to take a stroll?
I'd love to.
That was quite a long way. So, are you going to tell me why we came here?
Here's where my brother is.
Oh. I didn't realise. Sorry.
I wanted to come back here, but I was afraid to come alone.
Oh, very wise. It's still not safe in these parts.
Sometimes I think it was my fault. If only I'd done more for him, he might still be alive. If we'd left the mine during the night with Matthew and the others, maybe it would all have ended differently.
Maybe, but I doubt it. You said yourself that Samuel wouldn't have managed the journey. You did everything you could for him, and if you'd left during the night, you wouldn't have saved my life.
I know. It's just so hard sometimes. I know I did everything, but it wasn't enough. How could God let it happen?
I know that feeling. If I'd done things differently, maybe I could have saved my parents. But you can't let that take hold of you. You have to believe there's some sense in it all, in spite of everything.
I'm not sure I can. How can you hold on to your faith after all that, Henry? I'll never forget Samuel and Stibor and Papa, and I'll never be able to accept the injustice of it all. But I still have you.
I love you, Teresa.
I know. Thanks for walking with me, Henry. And for everything else. I couldn't manage without you. The time passes so quickly with you, Henry. Come and see me again sometime.
I hope I can be of...
Teresa, the millmaid, sent me. She said you could use some help.
Some extra pairs of hands would be useful. What do you have in mind?
My friends, two survivors of Skalitz, are looking for work.
And why should I take them?
They're experienced carpenters.
Why not? Carpenters would be helpful. There's a lot of work here at the mill, and I'm not as spry as I used to be. Thomas, my foreman, tries his best, but he ain't up to that kind of work. But they aren't idlers and drunks, are they? I only take in people who are willing to do hard, honest work.
Miller, you know me. Everyone around here knows me. And you also probably know that I work for Sir Radzig Cobbler.
Really?
Really? And I'll be very grateful if you do this for me. I know how to reward those who help me.
I know. People around here know you. Tell them I'll give them a chance. We'll talk about pay and a roof over their heads when they get here. Farewell.
Yeah. Yeah.
God be with you.
I'll come for my reward.
Of course. And thanks.
And will Otter sell you his business?
I don't know, but the way things are looking now, his...
You told me I'd get that kiras made by Vitus and a few groschen on top.
I did. And I'm a man...
Thanks.
I'd like to make you an offer. Have you heard about Pribis?
Oh, aye.
I'm bailiff there. We're planning to build an armour smith.
And you want me to run it? That'd be... Good luck then.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam. Et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor. Welcome, brother.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
Being here in the monastery is my dream come true. Being a monk is so exciting.
Well, no one's ever said that before. I'm curious if you'll still be singing the same tune in a month's time.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening, so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs. This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
People have no respect for writing these days.
But they'll learn. We were no different.
This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren, and above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the Rule of Saint Benedict.
The Rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitors. The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You too will learn how. And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's not much to tell. I lived in Vlashim, and after my father died, I found out I wasn't much of a merchant. So I left the shop to my brother, and decided to become a monk. It's peaceful here. There's food and lots of time to read.
So you chose to come here?
It may seem strange, but I'm one of the few novices that did. I might be the only one. The truth is, the idea of spending my life in a monastery was more appealing than being cooped up in a greasy old shop.
It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Celerius. They say he used to be a thief.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, nor the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lucas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
I'd like to ask you something about the... Who's in charge of things?
Truthfully, everyone except us. But officially, Abbot Peter. And soon enough, someone else. As if it mattered. Our life will still be work and prayer.
I see. Are there any rifts between the brothers?
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange you haven't noticed.
Tell me something about electing the abbot.
Abbot Peter is old. When he dies, they'll have to select a new abbot from amongst the brethren. The candidates are John and Nevlas. And if you ask me for my opinion, Nevlas is definitely the right man. Unfortunately, no one cares about my opinion because novices get no say.
Tell me something about life here.
Work, prayer, as if you didn't know. We serve God, and that's the central truth of our lives.
What are the roles of the various monks here?
But it's the circators you should worry about. They're the brothers who'll make sure we observe the rule. They can be quite strict, so if you want to avoid getting punished, always act righteously and do your duties honestly.
Who's in charge?
Truthfully, everyone except us.
Are there already candidates?
Brothers John and Nevlas, but the others have been fighting like dogs because of them.
This John, who is he?
A circator, and really just an unpleasant old man. It's mostly the older brothers on his side, because they believe he'll protect the status quo and all the benefits that come with long service here.
Tell me something about Nevlas.
Nevlas manages the monastery's property. He's what they call the provost. He'd like to bring back solemnity to the monastery through reform and by returning to pure faith. A lovely idea, but most of the monks are against it.
Why can't novices vote?
They say we don't have enough experience to decide about anything. Don't worry.
Why is who wins so important?
We're young and we'll spend the rest of our lives here. And the abbot decides everything about our lives.
Who would you choose as the new abbot?
Why should I even think about that when I don't have the right to vote? Gregor...
Get away from that cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Get away from that cabinet. The books stood in there aren't for your eyes to see. Praise be to Christ, bro.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know, but I've no time for idle chat. I transcribe books from dawn till dusk. I've been doing it for years and I'll be doing it till the day I die.
What, you do nothing else?
It is my penance and my blessing. And now, brother, if you don't mind, I'd like to get this page finished.
Praise be to Christ.
Is it possible to learn something about the other novices in the library?
Only the abbot and the prior keep such records.
And can I see them?
No.
The abbot writes and keeps his records in his chambers, and only he and the prior are permitted to read them.
Is there anything I can do to help here?
I'm glad you asked. There's one thing, a silly thing really. I haven't thought to mention it to anyone before, but not long ago, a brother brought me a crumpled piece of parchment. He says he found it rolled up in a hole in the wall. The thing is, it was a page from Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who. Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around for it.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all...
Where should I look?
If I knew, I wouldn't have asked you to do it.
Can you tell me something?
The Art of Love is a sort of manual instructing young people how to find and maintain love. It's a lovely work. I don't understand what bothers...
I'd like to ask you something. Can you tell me something about the rule of St. Benedict?
Ha! 7 centuries ago, Saint Benedict of Nursia wrote a collection of monastic rules, which we still follow today. They're read at every meal. The fundamental precepts are obedience, work, and prayer. We're fully devoted to serving God. The outside world, beyond the monastery walls, is foreign to us.
Do you never want to know what's going on out there?
And what should be going on? The sky is just as blue, and the grass is just as green. Perhaps the rulers change, but...
Who's in charge?
Abbot Peter is the administrator of the monastery, but you won't see him. He's always traveling, and on...
And what happens when the old abbot...
Then we elect an...
Tell me something about...
Prayer, work...
Peace be with you, brother.
I'm interested in the monastery...
It was founded by Saint Procopius 500 years ago. After his death, heretics occupied the place for some time.
Heretics, you said?
They wanted to worship God with some foreign rituals, in a language foreign to God. They were driven away and their books burned.
What are the roles of the...
Well, the abbot is the head, but he's not here now. Then there's the prior, and as a novice, you should be particularly mindful of the circators.
What can you tell me?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yoruk is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager. Perhaps too eager. Siskin is good. Antonius is hard-working and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him.
Can you leave the monastery?
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed. What troubles you? done to you this time, brother?
Shirking their responsibility, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after, finishing what they know.
Did you have to see someone weeding in the garden again?
Yet, I've had enough of it. What? Peace be with you, brother. Someone really reeked of patents.
You're right. It stunk like a wine barrel in there, and it's not the first time.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get